Celebrities can be called idols. I think of the show American Idol. The premise is that the winner will become the American Idol. The word idol means image of a deity as an object of pagan worship, from the Old French idol, meaning idol, graven image, or pagan god, which comes from the Latin idolum, meaning image, mental or physical, form, apparition, or ghost. Used in church Latin for false god, image of a pagan deity as an object of worship. Idolum is from the Greek eidolon, meaning mental image, apparition, phantom, material image, or statue. These celebrity idols, I thought of dolls. A doll is a female pet or a mistress, and celebrities are all seeing dolls. They're total pawns. They're completely owned by the system. How rich and famous one becomes depend on how sadistic they are, is my understanding, or at least how much they're willing to sell out their morals. I'm very leery of this whole Kanye Balenciaga thing. Not that it's not true, but that they're trying to control the awakening a certain way and do a certain amount of disclosure. Celebrities are used as idols to keep us focused on the stars on the ground instead of the stars in the sky. Basically, they're distractions to keep us from realizing that we're living in a holographic simulated matrix. The system used to get a lot of its energy from religion, but once people began to leave the church, entertainment surfaced, and things like the radio and television. The radio, raw dio, actually could mean raw God, and then television projects visions using channels which channel various energies long distances. Both have been used for mind control purposes since their inception. These devices steer the collective consciousness a certain way using repetition. Fear and negativity is what is pushed on the masses. For some reason, the demiurge, the malevolent creator in charge of all of this, prefers to harvest negatively polarized energy. Have a great day. According to etymonline.com, an online etymology dictionary, the word degenerate means to lose or suffer impairment to the qualities proper to the race or kind, decay in quality, pass to an inferior state. It's from the Latin degeneratus, a past participle of degenerare, meaning to be inferior to one's ancestors, to become unlike one's race or kind, fall from ancestral quality, used of physical as well as moral qualities. In a figurative sense, it means to fall off or decline. Degenerare is from de, meaning down, off, away from, or concerning, and genus, meaning birth, race, or descent. Now, I can hear my grandmother saying Ellen DeGenerate instead of Ellen DeGeneres. And I find that name incredibly interesting nowadays because El is another name for the demiurge. Ellen DeGeneres is pushing agendas and ideologies designed to further degenerate mankind. And if you know anything about celebrity rabbit holes and depravity in Hollywood, that one certainly is a degenerate. The word degenerate does point to the devolution of mankind, devolving our genetics. To be a degenerate is to decline from previous generations or your ancestors, and references devolution instead of evolution. I have only found evidence of devolution in my years of research, and Homo sapiens are at likely their lowest point in morality and conscious awareness right now, at the end of the age of Pisces. Now, the age of Aquarius will begin the ascent back up in conscious awareness, but this is not a quick or overnight process. I mean, a full age is like 26,000 years. They tell you it's 2,000, but yeah. Okay, so there is a reason that ancient man is described as primitive. Primitive can mean in one's prime. Our words are the fabric of this reality. Words are carefully chosen by those in power in an effort to direct our reality a certain way. And as far as I'm concerned, coincidence is pre-planning, and every word in the English language was intricately designed. Thanks for your comment. Have a great day. Dubai is a city and an emirate in the United Arab Emirates, which is known for its luxury shopping, ultra-modern architecture, and lively nightlife scene. On artificial islands just offshore the city of Dubai is Atlantis, the Palm, a resort with water and marine animal parks. I find artificial islands interesting because the word Dubai reminds me of dub AI. The word dub means give a name to or make a night. So essentially, Dubai could mean give a name to AI, make AI a night. Dubai makes a lot of its money from oil, which I feel is the blood of the earth. Her blood is sold for money, which is a medium used to exchange life force between the living and the dead. The life force of the earth is powering a dead AI matrix. Humans today act as if what we're told about our history is true and that man has never achieved technological greatness before, which is nonsense. Artificial intelligence is not new. It definitely existed by the time of Atlantis, and it may be our very own AI creation that enslaved us, and we are trying to break free from it still today. The technology we use today depends on harvesting the Earth's resources instead of working with natural frequencies already here. The technology we have access to today is inferior to technology we've had in the past, before this malevolent AI system took over. The pyramids, which are found all over the world, there are pyramids. Certainly there was some type of free energy system being used, as well as obelisks. Neom is another city said to be a city of the future, and Neom reminds me of Neo-M, like a new master. Have a good day. The word upset, according to an etymology dictionary, means to set up or fix. Up means upward and is from the Proto-Indo-European apo, meaning under. Set is from the Old English setten, meaning caused to sit, caused to be put, placed, or seated, put in a definite place, or caused to dwell on, as in thoughts or feelings. What came to mind for me was up means under, so you're under set when you're upset. Set being the bad guy in Egyptian mythology. Set was the god of war, chaos, destruction, and violence. Kind of like Satan in the Bible. And the Old English Satan, which is what this word comes from, upset, kind of sounds like Satan. Now, in the Bible, the Old Testament God was actually the one that behaved like Satan. But one of the biggest tricks of the Bible is to get us to condemn a whole half of ourselves. God and Satan are both called the Lord. God and Satan are within us all. This is a realm of duality. Dark and light exist within us all. In order for us to get back to a state of wholeness, we must accept all of ourselves. In the grand scheme of things, there's only experience, no good or bad. There's negatively or positively polarized energy, with the void or zero or the singularity or whatever you want to call it being the place of everything and nothing all at the same time. Have a great day. I find it strange that the worldwide sound to be quiet is shh. Sure does sound like a hissing reptile. Maybe shh was to sound like a reptile while shushing people you were trying to hide from them with. There are tales of dragons existing with humanity and ruling over humanity in all cultures around the world. Wonder why that is. Have a great day. The word spirit means animating or vital principle in man and animals. It's directly from the Latin spiritus, meaning a breathing breath, breath of a god, breath of life, disposition, character, pride, courage, or arrogance. Related to spirare, meaning to breathe, but spiritus is of an unknown origin. In alchemy, a spirit is a volatile substance or distillate. Volatile reminds me of voltage, and distill means not still. We're talking about energy here, energy trapped in matter. The soul is a substantial entity believed to be that in each person which lives, feels, thinks, and wills. From the Old English soul, meaning spiritual and emotional part of a person, animate existence, life, or living being. Also of uncertain origin. Sometimes soul is originally said to mean coming from or belonging to the sea because that was supposed to be the stopping place for the soul before birth and after death. Soul essence is a term often used in alchemy, and that's what I resonate with the most. Alcohol is what is used in alchemy to extract the soul essence from organic matter. I recently began using the word essence instead of spirit. Essence means being, or essence. It's from the Proto-Indo-European root es, which means to be. Essence refers to our being independent of the flesh. The S, or the serpent, the divine, invisible, eternal life force that we truly are. Spirit reminds me of spear it being our essence, and these flesh cells being what our energy being is trapped in after we're speared. Spirit is the only one of the three words, soul, spirit, or essence, that seems to require flesh. Is the word spirit another way of us being kept prisoner here? Have a great day. The word expose means to leave without shelter or defense. It's from the Old French exposer, meaning lay open, set forth, speak one's mind, explain. From Latin exponere, meaning set forth, lay open, exhibit, reveal, or publish. Exponere is assimilated from ex, meaning from, forth, out of, or without, and ponere, meaning to put or place. When someone is involved in a scandal that sheds light on an individual's bad behavior, we say that they've been exposed. The image they were trying to put forth onto the world stage has been proven to be fake. The mask that was part of their act has fallen or been ripped off. To be exposed typically involves someone's lies and fraudulent life falling apart. Today, the slang for exposing someone is being doxed, kind of like docked. You're going to have to dock your ship for a few and come up with a new story to sail the sea of life with. Or you can decide to tell the truth this go-round. One reason why it's so much easier to live honestly and share your story, skeletons and all, is because you take away the power of anyone who threatens to expose you. Many people hold on to your secrets as if they're ammunition for a later date. No one is perfect, and being able to own up to your mistakes shows way more authenticity and maturity than presenting a fake persona to the public. Once people find out you're a fraud, they're going to lose respect for you anyways. If you would have just shared who you authentically are, good and bad, you would have been much better off. Have a great day. I was looking at the word bitch the other day, and I saw it as be and then itch. Like a bitch is being an itch in someone's side. And those who assert themselves when facing injustice, point out incorrect information, or call someone out for wrongdoing or abuse, expose someone's lies, that's often who gets called a bitch. The word bitch is from the Old English bic, meaning female dog, probably from Old Norse vicuna, meaning female of the dog, which is of an unknown origin. As a term of contempt applied to women, it dates from the 15th century. And it made me think of women being viewed as property versus a partner or equal. Back then, a man owned his wife the same way he'd own a dog, basically. Women were expected to be obedient. A dog is one of the most loyal creatures on earth, even if you abuse it. A woman was supposed to endure whatever her husband dished out as if he was her owner. There was a point in time that some women were actually forced to wear chastity belts. They couldn't even be in control of their own vagina. Good grief. Talk about treating somebody like a dog and like property. Nowadays, people say Karen instead of bitch a lot of the time, and Karen sounds like caring. The evil ones in control of these narratives want a society full of people who do not care, not people standing up for what is right. Too many of their plans wouldn't fly if people acted on their conscience instead of looking the other way. There's a huge difference between being aggressive and being assertive as well, and I've noticed that being assertive is becoming more and more unwelcome and often being mislabeled as aggression. And frankly, I don't give a damn about the laws of man. I know full well that we're going to answer to much higher powers later on, and this entire existence is like a battle to keep your soul. The programming and poisoning starts the second we are born into this realm. And if me following my inner knowing and standing in my sovereignty and what I know is right is going to get me labeled a bitch or a Karen, that's cool. Have a good day. The word immense means great beyond measure. It's from the Latin immensus, meaning immeasurable or boundless. Assimilated from in, meaning not or opposite of, and mensus, meaning measured. Mensus is a past participle of materi, meaning to measure, and materi is from the Proto-Indo-European me, meaning to measure. So something that is immense is not measured, or maybe not measurable. Now, when I look at this word, I think of other etymology. The word moon comes from the Proto-Indo-European menses, which means moon or month. And menses is also said to be from the root me, meaning to measure. Menses sure does look like mince and comes from the same origin. I feel the moon has a lot to do with the implementation of time and 3D. The moon very well may be what is projecting a 3D overlay onto an already 5D existence. So the word immense, does it mean I'm the moon? Or, as the etymology says, is it not the moon or opposite of the moon? The moon is measurable and has bounds, perhaps because it's an artificial structure. The only movie that deeply disturbed me on an emotional level that I can recall in my whole life is The Truman Show, The True Man Show. I found what they did in that movie just so unbelievably cruel on just a basic fundamental soul level. I mean, I had a hard time with that one, and I'm not really somebody that gets emotionally invested in movies. Little did I know that they were telling us that our reality is heavily scripted and controlled. And guess where the surveillance was done in that movie? The moon. Also, the phrase "to the moon and back" may be referring to the moon being a recycling center for souls, which spirits report time and time again. To say I'm going to love you to the moon and back means I'm going to love you life after life after life. Have a great day. The word slaughter means the killing of a person, murder, the killing of large numbers of persons in battle, the killing of a cattle or sheep for food. It's from the Old Norse slater, meaning a butchering or butcher meat, which is from the Proto-Germanic slagen, meaning to strike or to hit. And I don't feel it's coincidence that slaughter contains the word laughter. In fact, slaughter rearranges into laughters. In my opinion, humans are not who is in control of this realm. It's another faction of beings who find the killing and torture of humans to be fun. I strongly suspect the grays have something to do with keeping us here. It was after World War II that extraterrestrial sightings greatly increased, but there have been mentions of various flying craft and other beings throughout history. Whatever faction it is running this True Man show, they're probably laughing as mankind repeatedly falls for the same deceptions and continuously recycles, living lives in these flesh cells in this free-range prison, controlled by time, money, and all kinds of other illusions. We are an eternal essence that doesn't need to rest or eat. It is only the flesh meat suit that needs to sleep or regenerate cells. The spirit never sleeps. We interdimensionally travel while we're asleep, and then that's what dreaming is. And then when we come back to these cells, we say good morning because we're mourning having to come back, probably. The eternal spirit does not have to eat either. Having to take the life of another in order to sustain a flesh meat suit is completely foreign to our eternal essence. And plants and animals are equal consciousness. It is equally wrong to kill either one for food. In a death realm, it is best to eat the most nutrient-dense food you can so that you can eat the least. I have come to terms with the fact that animal products provide nutrients that we do need to thrive, but I do not condone the torture of animals, and I do try to buy local products instead of factory farming, and we certainly don't need animal products with every meal or anything like that. Unlike whatever creature is controlling this realm and enjoys suffering, I do not get any enjoyment out of harming other beings or seeing them be harmed. And I'm not so sure that somebody isn't harvesting humans for food either. Have a great day.